Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm back with a new episode of What If Ash Can Understand Pokemon, and sorry for not uploading. There was a little problem with my create. It took some time, and let's start. Enjoy. Chapter 4, The Book of the Silver Conference. 532 Registering for the Silver Conference. Presented Ash with certain difficulties. Next. The woman at the desk asked, then smiled at Brock. Hello, sir. Do you have your badges? I've got a boulder badge for you. It's rock type, Brock began, then Wendu as Misty clunked him on the head with the nearest throwable object. This turned out to be Psyduck's Pokeball. What's going on? Psyduck asked, coming out of his Pokeball and looking confused. Where are we? Brock's not the one registering for the Silver Conference, I am. Ash corrected. Mash Ketchum, and I have got all 8 Johto badges. He looked down. Psyduck, there's nothing to worry about at the moment, okay? Who said that? Psyduck asked, looking at Ash, then tilted his head slowly sideways. You seem to be bigger than I remember. Are you sure you're a trainer? The woman at the desk asked. I don't think registering a Pokemon as a trainer is even an option. How did you? Oh, hang on a moment, Ash requested. Can I get my trainer cards, Pokédex and badge case? Since they were indoors, Pikachu was the one to get them out of Ash's saddlebags. They came out one at a time, and Ash turned sideways so that Pikachu could climb up his ring and put them on the counter. That's my original trainer card, Ash supplied helpfully. And that one's the one that I got after I got turned into a Pokemon. The numbers match, except the day they were issued for. I guess the reason's obvious. And there's my badges: Zephyr, Hive, Plain, Fog, Storm, Mineral, Glacier, and Rising. Well, that does check out, the woman admitted. And I've got... What was it, Pikachu? Ash asked. Professor Oak used a specific word. Accommodations, Pikachu provided. I've got a house? Ash asked, confused. Are you sure that's the right word? What word? The woman asked. Pikachu says the word is accommodations, Ash explained. But that's like a word for where you stay, isn't it? In the Indigo League we all had places to stay, so I was assuming everyone would have places to stay here too. Accommodations. The woman repeated. What kind of thing do you think Professor Oak meant when he talked to you? Oh, it was things like how I have some Pokemon who help me pick things up, Ash explained. So, Pikachu, Noctowl, Pokemon like that. They're not necessarily part of my Pokemon team in a battle, but I need them to do the Pokemon battling, and I'll always have Pikachu with me anyway. I see, the woman realized. I'll have to confirm that, but, yes, the right word is accommodations. It means we let you do things a different way because it's either impossible or much more difficult for you to do things the normal way. In this case, you would have to confirm which 6 Pokemon you could use in battle before entering the arena. That makes a lot of sense, thanks. Ash smiled. Is there anything else I need to sort out? Well, you'll have to come back here later to get your accommodations confirmed, then. I'll provide you with a card you can show if anyone complains, the woman said. That might take a few hours, so come back this evening. I will. Ash agreed. Thanks. As he was trotting away from the counter, though, Ash turned his head a little to speak to Pikachu. I'm glad that went like it did, Pikachu, he said. Thanks for helping. And I don't know, part of me was really worried that they'd say no for some reason. You didn't mention that before, Ash, Pikachu pointed out, clambering up Ash's neck and sitting just behind the rear of his cap. You could have said. Yeah, maybe I should have, Ash admitted. But it would just have worried you guys too. It's not like there's anything you could have done about it. Professor Oak said everything we needed to get done got done, so there wasn't anything else left to do. His saddlebags bumped slightly. It's just nice to know that being able to speak to you didn't mean giving up the Pokemon League. If that had been the trade and I'd have known, well, I guess I'd have asked you, but I'd probably have done it anyway. The Silvertown Pokemon Center doors opened, and Ash spotted someone coming the other way. Just in time to skitter hurriedly to one side. "What kind of Pokemon is that?" a familiar voice asked. "Wait. Hat, Pikachu." "Ash? Gary?" Ash replied. "Oh, hey, you made it to Silvertown too. That is Ash, right?" Gary asked Brock and Misty. Misty nodded. "This I've gotta hear," Gary decided. "I really wonder why Gramps didn't tell me about this," Gary admitted. "It's actually kind of amazing. You got turned into a Pokemon?" "Actually, according to the witch I always was a Pokemon, and was just human until a couple of months ago," Ash corrected. "Which, I guess that's different somehow? Maybe the difference is that it doesn't wear off." Misty shook her head. "I'm still not giving it a go." Gary frowned, clearly thinking hard. "So, how are you getting on with it?" he said. "It must be weird being in a completely different body like that." "I know you had a couple of months to get used to it, but still. The funny thing is, it's actually been okay," Ash replied. "Most days I just keep going because that's what I'll be doing anyway. But sometimes it is hard. Especially because I need help from my friends to do things that were so easy before. It feels like..." Ash shrugged. "I don't know. Maybe like I'm imposing on them? Even when they volunteered. But I guess once I'm done with the Silver Conference I'll be able to spend a bit of time training myself as well, and then I can connect with my Pokemon more closely." "Training yourself, right?" Gary realized. "You can't do moves now, right?" "Recover, Foresight, and something else," Ash confirmed. "Though it doesn't show up when Pikachu scans me with my Pokédex, so maybe I don't have proper control of it yet. Who knows?" "Well," Gary said. "It's good to hear that you're on top of your game, Ash." He smirked. "I'd hate for you to have an excuse when I beat you like a belly drum." Ash shook his head. "No way, I'm going to win when we battle in the league, Gary. Don't count wins you haven't even had yet. Last time, didn't Gary get knocked out before having a chance to battle Ash?" Misty asked Brock, pitching her voice low to avoid being heard by the rivals. "I think if they did battle it would have been the final anyway." "And they both went out before then," Brock replied. Weirdly enough, a bit of banter with Gary lifted Ash's mood no end, and within the hour, he was told that the whole registration had been processed, including the accommodations. Confusingly, it was straight after that Ash was told where to go to the competitor's village, and Lashes stifled her giggles as best she could as Ash asked for clarification on whether he was being told to go to his accommodation or his accommodations. Eventually, Ash decided that they should really use a different word for it. Then it was on to the Silver Conference itself, which was fought in a 3-state round system. First came a set of screening one-on-one battles, where you had to show battle skill and could advance even if you lost one, then a set of 3 aside round-robin battles with 3 competitors, only one of whom would advance, and finally the last 16 competitors would fight a victory tournament on a straight knockout format and with 6 Pokemon on a side. "This is really different to the Indigo League," Ash admitted, in his room in the competitor's village. "Still, I guess it's not as different as the Orange League." "What was the Orange League like?" Lashes asked. "Oh, I don't think I ever had this explained myself," Bayleaf said. Totodile came out of his Pokeball too. "Bulbasaur told me about it, but I forgot some of the details. Want to help me explain, Pikachu?" Ash asked. Let me know if I forget anything. Of course. Pikachu agreed brightly. So, the Orange League had only 4 gyms, not 8, and they were all different kinds of challenges, Ash said. They were about working with your Pokémon. I guess I'll probably be better at that now, but I'm not sure I'll do so well at the mountain climbing bit. Totodile inspected Ash's hooves. I think you do just as well, he said. You can stick to things and climb that way. I guess, yeah, Ash agreed. But, anyway, there wasn't a conference or anything, there was just one trainer. Drake, the Orange Island's champion. But he was a really strong trainer. Pikachu flopped sort of bonelessly off Ash's back. I remember the Drago night at night sometimes, he said. It was just utterly ridiculous. Ash nodded, nudging Pikachu right with a knee. I wasn't on the battlefield, but just commanding you guys was enough. And we won. Congratulations. Lashes cheered. If you've already won 1 league, then let's try and make her 2. Bayleaf nodded. People keep saying orange doesn't count, Ash grumbled, then smiled. But thanks, guys. Let's see how far we can go, okay? Wait, seriously? Asked Ash's first opponent, Salvador. Where's the trainer? Am I fighting the Pokémon? He shaded his eyes. Which Pokémon? There's, like, 3 of them there. The opponent is Ash Ketchum, the referee told him. Yes, I was surprised too, but he's got an up-to-date trainer card, so he's a legitimate opponent. So, which one is he? Salvador demanded. The Pikachu, the Noctowl, or the I don't even know what the heck. Ash waved. The one in the hat, the referee told him. Salvador, send out your Pokémon first. Ash will then have an opportunity to select an appropriate counter. I hate random chance and stuff, Salvador grumbled, then sent out his Furret. Ash replied not by ordering forward the Pikachu on his hat, nor the Noctowl perched on the weird golden ring around his waist. Instead, he didn't actually seem to do anything at first. Ash Ketchum, please send out your Pokémon, the referee asked. Sorry. Ash called back. It's taking a moment. After I made my decision, Noctowl had to give me the right Pokéball. Anyway, I'm ready. Out you come, unknown. He kicked his leg up, and a Pokéball came flying off before sending out a G-unknown. Really? Salvador replied. I've heard of those, but I've never heard of them being any good in battle. Actually, I think you might be the first person I've seen who bothered catching one. Begin, the referee said. Swift. Salvador called, and his Furret sent a cloud of swift stars flying towards unknown. Alphabetize. Ash called. Salvador blinked. Huh? Dozens more unknown appeared from out of thin air as the swift attack crashed into place. And when the flashes and smoke of the swift attack was gone, there was now a kind of swirling cloud of unknown there instead of a single one. Hold. The referee said. Ash Ketchum, is that a single Pokémon? I think S0? Ash replied. Misty says it's like Wishy-Washy, where they all combine into a different form but it still counts as one Pokémon. Or like Dugtrio? He glanced down at his hooves. Where did? There. Is it okay if he return unknown to prove it? The referee agreed that that would be okay, and Ash returned the whole alphabet at once, before sending them out again. Weird, Salvador summarized. Never seen that before. The referee called to resume, and Salvador nodded to himself sharply. Double team. Hidden power. Ash called. U-Narwan. His unknown chanted in unison. Hidden power fighting. Ash clarified, and the alphabet sent out a pulse of typed energy that hit Furret, and all Furret's duplicates, and sent them rolling across the grassy field. Okay, dig. Salvador said. Dig underground and then use Swift from underground. Hidden power ground. Ash ordered. Is that how that move even works? Misty asked. Brock shrugged. If literally any move worked in an unusual way, it would be the one called hidden power. Watching these battles is amazing, Lashes informed Ash. // I never really realized before just how far I have to go in learning to battle. I'm blessed with being a naturally strong Pokemon, but Latios and I never really did anything with it. While these Pokemon are so much more able to choose plans, and do them, and their trainers think so fast. That's mostly experience, Ash replied. You get to know your options better, you get to know how to do them more quickly, and you get used to how to think of the right answer quickly too. You'll get there. It seems like such a long way to go right now, Lashes drooped. But I'm sure you're right. Well, tomorrow is my first of the round-robin matches, and I think I know who I'm going to use, Ash told her. But how about you think about who you think I should use? We'll make it easier and say it's just from the Pokemon I've already got ready to go, so you can have a look at them yourself. Right. Lashes agreed, interested, and took the Pokeballs out of Ash's saddlebags. Not yours, and not mine, Ash clarified. And I'm not planning on using Pikachu either. I had complained, but I know you're saving me for the later rounds, Pikachu said. One by one, Lashes sent out all 6 of the Pokemon Ash had on hand. Bayleaf, Cyndaquil, one of his Staggerus, his Kingler, Phanpy and Totodile. So there's 2 water types, Lashes began. Are you battling someone who has trouble with water-type Pokemon? Good thought, Ash said. That's right, but it's important not to go too far with that. I actually haven't met 2 of these Pokemon, Lashes admitted. So I don't know which of them is the best, Lashes was interrupted by Pikachu. Ash, just I spotted your opponent. All 6 Pokemon went back into their Pokeballs, and Ash turned. Hi. I'm trying to plan who to use in my next battle. Which is against you. It'll be a marvelous battle, whatever happens, Macy replied. I'm sure of it. Wow, take a hint, girl, Pikachu said. Lashes folded her arms, invisible as she was, and huffed. Rude. There was a sudden whirring, grinding noise, and a 20-foot-tall mechanical Charjabug tank smashed down a nearby tree. Team Rocket. Ash gasped. What, them again? Lashes said. Wow, you do run into them a lot. Jessie and James took up places on top of the tank's roof, and Jessie sent out her Arbok with a flourish to protect ourselves from devastation. James sent out Wheezing to unite our purpose in consecration. The 2 of them swept white cloaks around their shoulders to denounce the absence of Hisuiite, to give the right kind of tricky fight. James declared. Jessie. Jessie introduced herself. James. James clarified. Jessie picked up a book. Everyone's welcome to attend our mass. James raised a staff. But if you're Celebi, don't talk about our past. Alas. Meowth concurred. What? Macy said, completely baffled. Why would you expect a Celebi to show up? You must be new. Jessie told her. Welcome to the congregation. What's a congregation? Ash wondered. I think it's a word for having lots of people in the same place? Pikachu asked. The Charjabug's engines made a rumbling sound, and Ash sent out Tabirus. Okay, let's deal with these guys, Tabirus. Begin with Fisher. Several crowded minutes later, Jessie, James and Meowth picked themselves out of a field of exploded Charjabug tank. Well, I think it worked. James said. We're unsmitted. We have done that, communion service thing, Meowth nodded smugly. That's how we're atoning for our crimes, was Jessie's pious statement. Communion service. Perhaps we'll have to put out a collection plate, James wondered. Which Pokemon do you want next? Lashes asked. Noctowl looks like she's in trouble. Fly higher, Noctowl. Ash called. Steelix can't hit you if you're high enough up. He turned to look at Lashes for a moment, then returned his focus to the battle, but since Noctowl seemed to be doing okay, he began explaining. If Noctowl doesn't make it through, I'm going to use Snorlax. But yeah, you've got Charizard and Bayleaf still able to battle, Lashes said, with a frown. Wouldn't Charizard be a lot better? That's a steel type and he's a fire type. That's true, Ash agreed. But it's more than that. Harrison already knows about Snorlax, but he doesn't know Snorlax has Lissa Punch. And he doesn't know about Bayleaf or Charizard being on my shortlist yet. Wow, Lashes said. Slash didn't think about that. Is that why you pulled Snorlax back? That's right, Ash agreed. If I send him out a second time, it's probably going to be for the long term, but if Noctowl can't handle this, confident Snorlax can. He's tough. D quite like to still be able to go out, but Pikachu winced. Ouch. Yeah, you did really well to beat that Kecleon, Ash assured Pikachu. Noctowl, whirlwind away the sand. Rock throw. Harrison ordered immediately, and Ash winced. Oops. Lashes blinked, confused, then saw what Ash had realized before it happened, all be too late to do anything about it. Using Whirlwind had meant Noctowl had slowed herself down, simply because she'd sent a powerful gust of wind forwards and the recoil had almost halted her in place, and that had made her a good target for Steelix's rock throw before she'd been able to set up an illusion to hide her position. Ash held up Noctowl's Pokeball in a hoof, returning her as she fell towards the ground. Then dropped it and sent out Snorlax instead. Lashes put Noctowl's Pokeball back in Ash's bags, next to Totodile's lure ball, then turned back to the match to watch what was going to happen next. Brock and Misty met up with Ash after the match was over. Are you okay, Ash? Misty checked. I'm a bit disappointed, Ash admitted. I was really hoping we could go all the way, and I feel kind of like I could have made better choices. But a lot of that is because Harrison made good choices as well. He flicked his head to the side, where Lashes was, not that either gym leader could see her. I was talking to Lashes during the battle about how we was hiding that I had Bayleaf and Charizard, and I guess Harrison was doing the same thing with his Blaziken. That was a really strong Pokemon, and it knew better how to handle Charizard than Charizard knew how to handle it. Ash stamped a hoof. But that won't happen next time. And you did better than you did in the Indigo Conference, Brock pointed out helpfully. After the Orange Islands it can feel like a step down, but you genuinely did do better this time. He shook himself. Misty, our time together has been great. You taught me a lot. But I guess now it's whether what's best for you is to continue traveling with us or not. Misty snorted. It'd help if I knew which of the things I could do was best for me in the first place. She sighed. I guess you have a point, Ash. A good point too. If this had happened before we met, it would be the best thing ever, and maybe it still is. The thing is, I think I need to go back home for a bit, Brock admitted. So we might not be traveling together anymore at all. I'll miss both of you, Ash said, bending down and using his knee to swipe at his eyes. But I know we'll meet again no matter how long we spend apart. And I'll be sure to tell you guys when I find out what I am. Now that's what I call journey of self-discovery, Pikachu sniggered. Speaking of which, where is that journey taking us? He glanced up at where he thought Lashes was, but got the direction wrong. Are you coming with us? Want to? Lashes answered, giggling as Pikachu tried not to look embarrassed. I might go back to Alto Mare someday, but it's only been a couple of months now and died. Like to learn more about the rest of the world. Latios says nothing much interesting has happened, and that's more how he likes it than how I like it, I think. Ash had been thinking about Pikachu's question. What about home? He said. That's where Harrison got that cool Kecleon and his Blaziken, and it's not like I can think of anywhere better. Home, Brock repeated. Well, I'm sure you'll enjoy it there, Ash. Thanks. Ash replied. I guess I'll be heading south to Pallet Town to say hi to Mom, and then go to home from there. We're both heading east, so goodbye until we meet again, Ash, Misty said. She gave Ash a hug, then Brock did the same, and Ash waited at the crossroads until they were out of sight before turning south. I'm going to miss them, Pikachu sighed. And not just because of Brock's food. Then they all heard a kind of squawk noise. What was that? Lashes asked. A Pokemon with wings that shone in red and green and white, tail feathers of finest gold. And with a golden trail behind it that lit up the evening sky, came swooping low over a hill at high speed before flaring his wings and landing with a thump in front of Ash. What? He said. Oh, you're that Pokemon I saw on my first day. Ash realized. Pikachu, did you see him too? I don't remember if you were still awake at that point. Hi. Lashes said, shimmering into visibility. Who are you? Don't recognize you. Why are you a Pokemon? The Rainbow Phoenix asked, then refocused. A bit. That is. I am Hollow. And well, to be honest, the last time I had news of you were human. I thought that's what you were. Ash said. I recognized you from a carving in the burnt tower, but Morty didn't believe me, so I thought maybe Lil got it wrong. Ash took a magic potion and it turns out he always was a Pokemon, Pikachu provided. Do you actually know what he is? No, Hollow replied. Which is deeply troubling to me, because I thought I knew all the Pokemon there were in the world. Could certainly be mistaken on that, and apparently I am, but I'm quite sure I know all the Pokemon that aren't legendary Pokemon, and even a lot of those. Oh, so that must mean Lim legendary Pokemon, Ash decided. I wondered, but I wasn't sure. So my dad was probably one too. It's a pity that you don't know, but it's still nice to meet you in person. Why did you turn up on Ash's first day? Pikachu checked. There's prophecies about the Chosen One, Hollow answered. I did not expect them to be anything like this literal. Perhaps should have had Suicune and Teorekau check in on you more recently. Then I would not have been so surprised that my attempt at a dramatic flyby nearly turned into a high-speed crash and impromptu test of my regenerative abilities. Do you know Recover? Ash asked. Because I know Recover, but I've never used it deliberately. I've not been hurt badly enough since finding that out. This is a lot more confusing than I was expecting the day to be, Hollow sighed. I'll make the Gospel of Oops too. They're going to take Mama away like they took me away. Larvitar said in a thin voice, and Ash tensed. What do you guys think you're doing? He demanded. Stealing Pokemon like that, it's cruel. And taking an egg is even worse. Hey, what's that? Pokemon in a hat, one of the poachers replied, through a megaphone on the crane. You're thinking. Funny, it's all about money. You're terrible. Ash judged. An orange meteorite shower came blazing out of the heavens, and obliterated the entire crane. Little bits of shrapnel, puddles of briefly molten metal, flaming upholstery, and 3 seriously freaked out Pokemon poacher brothers landed all over the mountainside, the latter dangling from emergency parachutes, and Ash blinked. Looked at his hoof. Did I do that? He asked, turning back to Brock and Misty. And see the hat, either it's been stolen or that's Ash. See Pikachu not blasting. Some come to the correct conclusion quicker than others. Thank you guys for watching the video and like and subscribe. See you next time with a new video. Bye.